Well, it's been about 6 months since some of these Hoyas first showed up here, and it's time for a little check-in. So join me with a tasty beverage of your choice close to hand while we take a look at 9 Hoyas then and now. It can be easy to forget just what the plant looked like when it first showed up at your door, and it's good for me to take a look back to see how things are going. Am I doing something right? Am I doing something wrong? Just how we're doing in general. So let's get this underway and start with the first plant, which is waiting for you right over here. My first Hoya up today is Hoya lockii. Hoya lockii is native to Vietnam. It was found in the Tuat Tien Huay province. I'm apologizing for mispronouncing it. And it was collected at a height of around 1,000 meters, which means you would normally think it would be a cool growing Hoya, but it is Vietnam, so cool is probably a relative term. This has been a fun plant. It's very, very pretty. Let's see if I can get this to focus. The leaves have some beautiful undulate edges, a little bit of splash on them, and this little kid has been blooming for me. We had a little bit of a learning curve. It was taking up a lot of water and I was not paying attention. And, oh good, there's still some left. I was not paying attention and he pouted a bit and blasted some peduncles. But he's been doing well since I remember to check. It's a thin-leafed Hoya, so he's not going to take to drying out very well. But it's been really cool. I'm very happy I have it. Found this one at Age of Foliage RS on Etsy. And so I'm thinking it's going to be doing well. You should see at some point some pictures probably over here of what he looked like when he showed up and along the way. So this is Hoya lockii. And the next plant up is my Hoya nicholsoniae New Guinea Ghost. Now, I'm checking my notes here. New Guinea Ghost is native to New Caledonia, New Guinea, Queensland, Australia, Samoa, and the Solomon Islands, and was first published in 1866. But New Guinea Ghost was first found by Natalie Samuelson, and it was a single plant growing in a group of other nicholsoniaes. It's a natural sport. It's not a bred plant. It just occurred in nature, which is rather cool. This one's doing very well for me. If you look at that, those leaves are just beautiful. I didn't get the hype when I first saw this, heard about it. I don't think that focused, but we'll muddle on anyway. I just didn't get it. And this has become a favorite. This is really pretty. This is my second attempt. The first attempt is this poor little thing. It has some kind of scale going on. I've tried treating it unsuccessfully, and it just sat around for a very long time, being sad and mournful. At least I was mournful. But in the last couple weeks, it has put out a new vine in there. And that's very cool. I am tempted to go in and cut off anything that has this scaly looking stuff on it and just see how this gets on. I kept it around because it didn't die, but I kept it apart from everybody else. It doesn't get to play with the other Hoyas. Anyway, This has been a really great plant. It's growing like crazy. It comes up and goes around the trellis once. And this also came from Age of Foliage RS on Etsy. So this is Hoya nicholsoniae, New Guinea Ghost. And the next little guy up is my Hoya AB Cordada. And I got this one because of the leaves. I just saw them and it's like, I need, come on, focus for daddy. See if I can encourage it to do that. And it has become a very, very pretty little plant. It's branched here, it's branched here, it's branched here, and it is clearly in need of a better trellis. So we're gonna work on that and see what we can come up with, because this little one is just really cute. It took a while. Now, Hoya AB Cordada is native to the East Himalayas, so that's Bhutan, Sikkim, Nepal, that part of the world, which means it probably would like cooler temperatures than we've had this summer, but he seems to be making the most of that. So this has been very cool. How am I doing on? Yeah, it's a small plant, so he's not terribly thirsty and not very demanding. I think he's gonna need some kind of roundish trellis. I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about this a little bit, but it took him a while to get settled in, but once he did, he's been a nice steady grower, and the branching, that's very, very cool. So yeah, happy to have this one, can't wait to see what he does. And this is Hoya AB Cordada. And the next kit up is my Hoya patella. Now this came as just, excuse me, these two leaves, and it has since put out a decent little vine, but yeah, that doesn't look good. I'm not happy about that. So we're trying it in, it's got plenty of moisture, and that may be the issue. So I'm trying it in a different location because, yeah, that didn't work out at all well. The plant seems healthy enough. The other leaves, these are just really, really fuzzy. This is up there with Thomsonii. The others, on the top side of the leaves, let's see if I can do this without pouring water everywhere, are fairly pubescent, but the underside, I'm pretty sure I won't be able to pull that off. The undersides are like velvet. It's like velvet. It's very cool. The blossoms on this are really pretty, which is why I ordered it. But I haven't seen any of those yet, nor have I seen peduncles. There is some new growth on the end of this vine, but I don't know. I'm not doing something right. If you have tips on patella, put them in the description box below. You know, the plant seems healthy, but I would have hoped for more. It's not that I'm disappointed, you're a good boy, but I would have hoped for more. This is my Hoya patella, and Hoya patella is native to New Guinea. It was first published in 1913, and this particular plant as my AB Cordada came from Leafay Company, Leafay Co. on Etsy. So if you've got any tips, put them in the description. But this is my Hoya patella, and this is the pink variety. I'm so happy about this next one. This is my Hoya undulata. I was sure I would not be able to grow this plant at all. I did not expect it to live, but I was feeling brave, and I saw the pictures of it online, and I needed one of these. So this is, let's get that to focus. That's just a beautiful, beautiful plant. The edges of those leaves are just killer. This was the one that when I ordered it, the seller shipped it right away, and it ended up sitting in a post office in Texas for too long. It took 10 days to get to me in the coldest part of the year. Now, Hoya undulata is native to the West Kalimantan section of Borneo only. That's the only place it grows. It grows at a height of 300 to 380 meters. It was first collected in 2014 and published in 2015. I have heard this one is difficult. I've heard it's finicky. That's why I was afraid. But so far, it has not given me, it sat for a little bit. I mean, it had to get settled, and I'm told that when you mess with their roots, that they don't appreciate. Matter of fact, I'm told when you mess with them at all, that they don't appreciate that. So I've been trying to just leave it alone. I moved it into pond and self-watering because I thought that would be the best solution for it. And it puts out a leaf, and it puts out a leaf. No rush, it's not going anywhere quickly. But, let's see if I can do this without pouring water. That's just, I mean, those leaves are just phenomenal. Some of the first two leaves it put out were these two large ones here, and they had very little splash and very little color. But since then, he's just been doing his thing. It was toward the upper end of what I like to pay for a Hoya, but okay. And these are like cardboard. They're just rigid as all get out. But if you like this kind of leaf, this is really, really pretty one. And this came from TQ Hoyas. She's nice to deal with. I've ordered a lot of plants from there. That's TQ Hoyas on Etsy. This is my Hoya undulata. And the next kit up is my Hoya odorata. And we're having a bit of a love-hate relationship. Well, and let's get to the basics. Hoya odorata is native to the Philippines, and it was first published in 1906. And I have two sources. One say it was either discovered or published by E.D. Merrill, or it was discovered and published by Friedrich Richard Rudolf Schlechter, known as Rudolf Schlechter, because we're buddies like that. Yeah. Whichever, it reminds me a lot of Hoya Iris Marie. I should look and see if Iris Marie is an offspring from this somehow. It's, let's see if the leaves are nice enough. They're pretty enough. They're kind of plain. It's got this non-twining habit. And it's done not much but bloom. I think I may have screwed up the moisture situation someplace. If that'll focus, it probably won't. But it's not entirely happy with me. And we're figuring that out. I have Hoya Iris Marie. It's a pretty plant. Mine has not bloomed. It's grown, like over here where you can't even see my hand, like 4 feet. And that's just one of the branches. So I don't know. If this starts doing, I need to see some. Give me some. Give me a peduncle. Give me something. It's named odorata because it's supposed to have a really beautiful scent, which is part of the reason I ordered it. So it just needs, produce. Come on. I got shrubs out in the backyard. I don't need one in the plant room. So we're going to see what happens with this. This one came from Logies in Connecticut. I'm lucky enough that they're within a half-hour drive. So, yeah. This is Hoya odorata. We're going to see what happens. And my next Hoya is Hoya stenophylla. Hoya stenophylla, according to my notes, is native to New Guinea in the Torricelli Mountains. It was found at a height of around 800 meters, which means it's probably slightly cooler growing, but remember that's cool in relation to New Guinea. It was first published in 19 by our buddy Rudolf Schlechter, and I like this Hoya so much that when I killed the first one, I went out and got another. And this one, it's probably difficult to see. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. It's got very pretty, very, very skinny leaves. And this one has done really well. I have it in, it's under a good light, but there's other plants growing around, so it's kind of indirect light. I was worried that too much light was going to burn these little leaves or dry them out very quickly. And right now that's working for me. This is really pretty plant. I know it's not everybody's taste, these skinny leaves, but this is really cool. I like stenophylla. It just shows you some of the variety within this genus. This is just really cool. It's doing really well. I'm going to have to work delicately about putting this more on this trellis, but it's really pretty. It's done well in the last 6 months. And this one came from, I don't even have that noted down. I'll put it up here somewhere when I remember what who the seller was, because this one's done well for me. This is Hoya stenophylla. This talking, I need something to refresh myself. Now the next one up is a Hoya verticillata. Now, verticillata runs from the Indian subcontinent, South China, Southeast Asia. It just covers everybody down there. And you'll see the map. And a lot of things have been recently reclassified as verticillata. I'm not going to get into it. I just wait for the notes to come down from the front office telling me what's what. This, as far as I know, didn't used to be anything else. It's always been a verticillata. The leaves are rather pretty. A little bit of splash, some nice veining. It's interesting that they seem to have come in all on one side, and then back down here they're starting to put out leaves on the other side. So that's really cool. This one came from my friends at Plants Wake You Up, and it's done really well. I have so well I have to do something about a trellis because I've got this vine out here, and we don't need that happening. So in the next week or so, I've got to figure out. I've just got to build another trellis. I ordered some more of this garden fencing, rabbit fencing, whatever you want to call it. So I can now start making trellises like crazy. Happy about this one. This is very cool. This is Hoya verticillata. And this next one is part of my ongoing lesson that I should do more research before I order plants. This is Hoya vitellinoides. And I saw a picture of the leaf online and went, that's really pretty. And that's really pretty. I could use one of those. That would work for me. Little did I know that these are known for growing really big leaves. Okay, they're really pretty, so I'll live with that. What can you do? Hoya vitellinoides is native to Java and Sumatra and was first published in 1950 by Renier Bachwietzen van der Briek. I think that's it. And this I got from Plants Wake You Up. It's grown slowly but steadily. It came with one leaf and a little bit of a vine that has some roots on it. And very quickly put out another vine, a couple more leaves, this beautiful new leaf, when I moved it to a little bit more light. So it's now just inside my southeast facing window. So it gets a little bit of direct sun in the mornings, and it gets decent light all day. I think I'm going to have to trellis this up a bit. Probably should try and do that soon before it gets too big and that becomes a difficult task. But this is done really well in 6 months. I'm happy with these beautiful leaves. There's a little bit of splash in them. It's just, yeah, this is going to be neat. This is my Hoya vitellinoides. And I want to thank you for spending some time with me this week's end. The maps, they're new. Let me know what you think of them in the comments below, yes or no. Remember to follow, thumbs up, like, subscribe, click the notification bell, do all that good stuff. It really helps my channel. A lot of the products you see me use are available in my Amazon storefront, and the link is in the description below. If you want to support the channel, you can visit my Buy Me a Coffee page, and the link's in the description below, or double click on the three dots there over here, and then the thanks button. And I'm going to post links to a couple more videos over here, and enjoy the rest of your week's end.